Song Tima was trying to survive, but he couldn't control so much at the moment. He immediately said, "Sir, this matter is very important. I can only tell you one person." Yi Ming. "Say it." Song Timadao said. "The road to Chengchen is about to open. There are a lot of places in the Eternal Mountain of God, and these places have not been given out." Yi Ming frowned. "This is the secret you said. This seems to be known to everyone." Song Tima immediately said. After listening to the villain, the Eternal God Mountain has been secretly carrying out a plan in order to be able to achieve success in Chengchen Road. All the remaining places will be attributed to those demigods. Their strength is very terror. Demigod. Yi Ming burst out. "What do you mean? You must know that, except for our Tianyuan continent, people in the law heaven do not dare to call themselves gods, but call themselves masters. The so-called demigods are not the law gods we call heaven, but some people who have Protoss. Protoss bloodline. How can there be Protoss blood in Eternal God Mountain?" Yi Ming felt incredible. Song Tai and Ma Mingming were spreading voices, but still deliberately looked around and said, "Sir, this is the secret to be said next." At that time, Eternal God Mountain secretly rescued a group of Protoss girls who were exiled in the void by the tribe. Later, those young girls gave birth to a group of descendants with the young human beings, these demigods. How do you know such secrets? Yi Ming was a little surprised, and supposedly people like Song Tima should not know. Song Tima. The Lord has no idea. The elder brother's elder heard what an elder said after he went into the devil and broke his heart. Few people knew it. Those Protoss girls really belong to the three major Protoss? Yi Ming asked. The three major Protoss are one of the three supreme races. How high is that? They actually gave birth to demigods with the human race. How incredible this matter is. Ming was silent for a moment, and said, "This matter is considered confidential. You can go." These people could hardly believe their eyes, and for a moment, they fled out of the cave and disappeared for a moment. Lu Piao couldn't help asking, "Why let them go? They killed many guys." Yi Ming said indifferently, "Have I ever said to spare them?" After speaking, he said to Xiao Gang, "Xiao Gang, they will definitely return to longevity education. You use the other way, and give it to yourself, and teach me the longevity education. Do and let go of anything valuable. Yes, here, take the treasure hunt rat." Xiaogang. "Master, what about these killers? Killing lives. In addition, the mastermind over there is also dealt with together." Yi Ming coldly. Xiaogang. "Yes." After speaking, he disappeared. Yi Ming reasoned that the strongest characters in the longevity education may not be able to fight Xiaogang. It should be a very easy task for him to take the lead this time. "What shall we do next?" Lu Piao asked, knowing that the black hand behind the scenes was actually the Eternal Mountain, and she didn't know what to do immediately. The four gods have always been giants, and no one dares to offend them. Yi Ming was silent for a moment, and said, "It seems that I have miscalculated. Whether it was Chenjuang and Heoqianzhao at that time, or the current fruit shop, the reason why there is a problem is because I have no foundation. So everyone can jump out and pick my peaches and grab my stuff." Lu Piao. "The world is like this, we can only accept it." "Why accept?" Yi Ming sneered. "All the spiritual fruit shops will all be under the banner of Tiandaomen." Lu Piao's eyes brightened, and he said, "Some time ago, Tiandaomen sent a 9-star battleship, forcing the Five Elements Emperor to swallow the patience. This incident spread to the public, and the people of Tianyuan mainland were extremely grateful to Tiandaomen. Their reputation has actually stabilized the Five Elements head to the side, not under the four gods. If it can really play the banner, presumably no force dares to offend us again." Yi Ming. "In the past, I hoped that Tiandaomen would be low-key and develop it for a while before talking about it, but now it seems that if you don't show fangs, others will treat you as a sheep." Lu Piao nodded vigorously. "As long as we can use the name of Tiandaomen, I guarantee that within 1 year, we can replace the Eternal God Mountain and become the largest spiritual fruit distribution force." Yi Ming. Since Tiandaomen already has a foothold and consumes a lot of resources, we have no reason to be modest. The fat meat of Tianyuan continent must explode a lot of oil and water. The four gods can reach out their hands and the five elements. Let us reach out, then our heavenly gate can also reach out. Quote. It's just like this, it's tantamount to tearing his face with Eternal God Mountain, and I'm worried that the other party will take action. Lu Piao said, Eternal God Mountain has rich foundations and controls more than one big world. The strength is really strong. If the Eternal God Mountain is really powerful, the forces of beheading and killing Yi will not be the gate of heaven. Yi Ming sneered. On that day, Lu Piao returned to rebuilding the shop. The difference is that this time the shop has the banner of Tiandaomen. Yi Ming returned on the same day. Next, he will observe for a while to see if the Eternal Mountain will continue to shoot. If the other party still dares to shoot, then he doesn't mind driving the 9-star battleship directly to the other party's door, as before against the five elements gods. Returning to Tiandaomen, Yi Ming felt that he had to be promoted to Valkyrie as soon as possible. Undoubtedly, going to Valkyrie Valley will greatly help his practice. However, last year, because of the matter between Ma Shanchao and He Jing, he had promised the master of the sword pond He Zhang, and he was willing to win the place for sword poet to enter the sword world. Now, 1 year is coming, and he has to go and see what's going on with his current strength and power. He didn't need to pay much attention. However, Ma Shanchao and He Jing have a close relationship with you. If he does not give face to He Jing, he cannot ignore Ma Shanchao's feelings, so he must go this time. As for the visit to Jianqi, Ma Shanchao and He Jing naturally went together. Jianqi is still the same. The difference is that Jianqi's atmosphere is very tense today, and it seems that something special happened. He Jingshu knew the road and took Yi Ming to find his father He Zhang. In the hall of He Jai, He Zhang was already waiting there. When he saw Yi Ming, he couldn't help laughing and said, Very well, you are finally here. He Jing said timidly, Father. He Zhang snorted and said, Do you still have my father in your eyes? Yi Ming. Senior He, once I agreed to your terms, why do you blame them again? He Zhang didn't say anything, and He Jing's elder brother He jumped out and said angrily, Little girl, don't you think it was too much? He Jing lowered her head without answering. Ma Shanchao stood out and arched his hand. Brother, everything is wrong, it's all my brother's fault, please don't blame Xiao Jing. What are you, who is your elder brother? He Zhang was so angry that he rebuked sharply. Yi Ming frowned, and said, As senior repentant. He Zhang motioned for He to retreat. He said, The old man naturally will not regret it. I think this boy has a good qualification. He Jing is not disadvantaged to follow her. Okay, you go out. Ho, take them to the backyard, and see your mother. He Chongming said. Although He Zhang had 10,000 unwillingness, he still obediently left Ma Shanchao and He Jing. The hall calmed down. Yi Ming. Senior He, when I arrived, I felt the atmosphere in Jianqi was tense. I wonder what happened. He Zhang's looked dignified, and said, In fact, the battle for the place of Jianqi began yesterday, and Zuo Duhuang should have the opportunity to enter the top 5,000, which is enough for him to get a place. Yi Mingqi said, It's a good thing to get a place, but why is the atmosphere tense here? The grandfather of Zuo Duhuang is the former saint, Zuo Tianong, who is above me. If his son died unexpectedly, the saint's seat would not be my turn. Now he is training his grandson Zuo Duhuang. Once Zuo Duhuang gets the place to enter the sword world, he will definitely start with me. He Zhang looks gloomy. I don't care about the honor and shame of a person, but there are so many elders and disciples who follow me. If I go down, their end will be very miserable. Quote. Yi Ming was puzzled. Just because he can enter the sword world, his left bucket emperor is eligible to take the position of lord. As long as he enters the sword world, he will definitely make a breakthrough. Based on this alone, I have to obediently give way. You are not from Jianqi, you don't know how important the sword world is. He Zhangdao. Yi Ming felt vaguely that He Zhang seemed to be concealing something deliberately, which caused him not to be too clear about the whole thing. However, he did not continue to question, and everything would become clear when he entered the sword world. It's already started. How can I participate? Yi Ming asked. He still had no idea about this fight, and he didn't know anything about it. I want you to participate as my disciple. He Chong said, I will go with you tomorrow morning. Yi Ming Yi. As your disciple. Yi Ming didn't think there was anything wrong with it, he only recognized a fake master, and he didn't suffer or lose, so he agreed immediately. He Zhang continued. This time, the participants do not have to play against each other, they just need to defeat Kendo. Is the strength of the participants tested with Kendo Jian? Yi Ming asked. Yes. Kendo will give everyone a score, and finally ranked by the level of classification. Within the rank of 5,000, you will get a place, within 3,000, 3 places. I hope you can enter the top 5,000, or even the top 3,000, He Zongdao said. The higher the ranking, the greater the benefit you get, and the stronger you will be in the sword world.